what's going on to all of my Aquarius. So please make sure to get the book on Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The links will be in the description box below as usual. So if you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as prices are in the description box. Also, I'm also remaining to do, remember, the first two videos to give me the most activity, right, within this batch. I will do those two videos first. This time around, the two videos that I end up doing was Virgo and the Cancer crabs, because they gave me the most activity. So, like I said, every time. So right now we're on Aquarius. We're on Aquarius. So let's see what you've got. Six of Pentacles, Emperor, Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Three of Rods, the Hangman, the Star, the Ace of Rods, Page of Cups, Two of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Three of Cups. So the Six of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Ten of Cups, right? Kind of being done with relationships right now. kind of being done with specifically a relationship. And kind of looking at it like, yeah, things are not going to necessarily end well for this person. Because the Six of Pentacles, doing what you could in a relationship, right? Trying to be truthful in a relationship. The Emperor, right? Kind of things not necessarily going your way, right? Even though you're trying to be fair. And the Ten of Cups, understanding that, you know, the relationship still needed to end because these people weren't being fair to you. And Aquarius is the ultimate politician. Oh yeah. Aquarius is more, if Aquarius gets their head right and their heart right, Aquarius is actually more stand-up than Libra. You would think Libra is the ultimate politician with the whole fairness joint. No, it's Aquarius. So the Emperor and the Ten of Cups represents that, right? A relationship needing to end, and more than likely it already has ended, where you weren't treated fairly in this relationship. And you know your story, and you understand your story, and someone didn't treat you fairly in a relationship. So a lot of you Aquarians understanding that you did everything that you could, and that there's nothing else that you could do to really have stopped something that was really inevitable, right? I love Aquarius because Aquarius is really how it is that I try to not convince, that's not, but tell other people about. Aquarius represents the ability to let go, right? Aquarius represents when you know a relationship isn't going to work. Why are you holding on? Most of the times people hold on to a relationship a lot because ultimately they don't want to be by themselves, and they like the drama and all that other type of stuff. But you can't say that you really love that person, because if you do, loving that person means that, number one, you don't control them, and number two, it also means you letting them go, right, and wanting to see them prosper even when it's not necessarily with you. So letting go is oftentimes the worst things for people, right? So the things that the Ace of Pentacles, right? The Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles is about how this person how it is that things for you was easy. Things for you was easier than them when it came to letting go when the time was right. I'm seeing how these people didn't necessarily have any form of closure. So for them, the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles is about them still trying to figure out why exactly did you leave this relationship and what they could have done to make this relationship go by better. And the answer is that that's something that they have to really figure out for themselves. Because if they can't figure out why this relationship couldn't last, then it means that ultimately they are part of the reason. They are part of the problem. Why? They're out of their freaking mind. They don't understand to give their partner a certain level of respect and to consider their partner when it comes to decision making. Come on. So the thing is that the seven of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, right, and the Three of Rods, right, is about how this person has now looked at it, and they're now blaming you for why it is that the relationship didn't work. Again, the psychosis. So now it's about, oh, it's your fault that the relationship didn't work. And yeah, some of you Aquarians or Aquarius could have done some things a little bit better. But at the end of the day, the reason why it is that things don't necessarily work out is that they don't want to admit to themselves that the reason why is because they're the ones that is creating the issues, right? Like, they're the ones that's creating their own issues. Why it's so hard to be with them. They're the ones that's having that problem. The problem is that they're out of their freaking mind. I say this before and I'm going to say it again. Mental health is a serious thing, and that we need to really start paying attention to more mental health. If you can't seem to find yourself to be in a relationship, no matter what it is that you do, then it's time for you to take a hard look at yourself. That is mental health. And people who make it seem as if, oh, it's that other person constantly, despite the fact that you can't go to a library without getting into a fight with a book. If you understand my analogy, like everywhere you go, you gotta have a fight. You don't know how to make peace. You don't know how to let somebody win in a heated discussion. You don't know how to say, all right, fine, whatever, I'll wave the white flag, because at the end of the day, it's not that important. You have to win in a disagreement. You got to take it up to crazy levels. Then that means that there's something mentally unhealthy about you that needs to be addressed. So this is the kind of problems that this person is going through. They can't see that they are the ones that's not necessarily mentally healthy. The Hangman and the Star card, right? The Star card is Aquarius, right? The Hangman is Pisces. So it's that element of murky waters mixed with you Aquarians trying to cut through and be concise. And what it is that you're finding is that, yeah, they are the ones that's creating their own problems. They're creating their own issues, right? They can't go to a library, which is where you're supposed to be quiet, peaceful place, right? Let the brain rejuvenate. Science has proven that silence is good for overall health, right? 2 minutes of silence helps repair the brain and stuff like this, which is part of why it is that people are so crazy. Too much noise, a constant bombardment of noise. You get them in silence. Most people don't know how to be okay with silence. You get them to shut their mouth, be silent. They actually revert back to a different state. Some more of them their true selves. I'll tell you this story. I never told anybody before, right? Crazy how these stories are. I was born silent. I didn't speak. When I say didn't speak is I didn't cry. And like the doctors was asking questions when I was born as to why it is that I didn't cry. I actually didn't cry because I was even as a child, or a little person, I was in a meditative state. You understand what I'm saying? I was in a meditative state. I had a heightened level of consciousness that I did as a little person, right? So silence is very important, right? I was calculating even as a little person, you know what I mean? And my family always used to tell me, you know, you're very brilliant and stuff. And it's like, it's just a matter of being calculating from then. But I'm trying to show you the importance of silence and closing your mouth for a little bit and just reflect on how things are. And you'll come up with a lot of answers, right? What is meditation? Meditation is silence and just taking that time out of the day to really allow the noise to seep out, because the noise is part of what's driving y'all crazy. Not y'all, but just everyone in general. And the Ace of Rods represents how, and a lot of you Aquarians get that. So the Page of Cups represents how you realize how a lot of people are just talking to the fish, but the Two of Swords is that you also realize the futility from left to right. You also realize the futility in speaking to people who, again, not necessarily in their right state of mind. So the Four of Rods and the Three of Cups represents this being in a situation where the Four of Rods and the Three of Cups represents how this is a situation where, like, you have people already who have that sense of camaraderie with you. And this is very true. The situation with Aquarius is the people that shape Aquarius, the people that Aquarius mostly counts on are the people, family, basically. Aquarius wants room to explore, but at the end of the day, the people that shape Aquarius's decision making, or where Aquarius will take into consideration Aquarius will take into consideration other people's thoughts, is family. People that they see as family. Oh yeah. And that's built over time. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, time. So let's clarify the Three of Cups. So as of right now, I just see the Aquarians being by themselves, right? Aquarius can represent friendship, right? And group thought. But Aquarius can also represent the maverick, being the individual or the sentient person. I would know having Aquarius in my chart. So the cards that I come up with are the Three of Pentacles, to clarify the Three of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, excuse me, the Two of Cups, the Three of Wands. So come to find out, I don't have Aquarius in my 12th house. I have Aquarius in my 11th house, which means, oh yeah, I have full-blown Aquarius traits. That is a doozy. Because oftentimes, Aquarius, the people who say that they love you so much are also your enemies because they hating on you. Mental health. So the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Three of Wands represents how a lot of you Aquarius, again, and trusting the people who are closest to you, them trying to give you, the people who are closest to you giving you some form of advice, letting you know, hey, listen, you should look out for people and pay attention to people who appreciate you as much as you appreciate them. Two of Cups, don't make it difficult on you to get to know them. People who don't make it difficult on you to get to know them. And the Three of Wands, people whom see you and their potential future and is actually willing to be there with you long term, as well as walking away from anyone who does not. Good advice. Clarify the Ace of Rods, which is the Ace of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. Yes, The Wheel of Fortune, this stuff needed to happen. It needed to happen because the Eight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, like I said before, people's egos are injected here. People's egos are injected here. It's very important to them. And Aquarius and Pisces are about surrendering the ego. It's about attaining an enlightenment from surrendering the ego. So by letting other people think that they've won or they have a point, to see how goofy for them to see themselves through experience, how goofy and idiotic they once were, if they ever graduate out of that. So, and I'm holding back, that's why I'm smiling. So, that's exactly what it is that you're doing. You're allowing them to see how goofy they were by not being with them. And if they don't want to confront how goofy they were, then it is what it is. That's a skill. See, in today's time, a lot of people gonna think that you weak, you soft, right, for doing that. When in actuality, that is actually the height of strength, is being that airbender, right? Walking away when it's necessary to walk away. Instead of going tit for tat back and forth with people, you're seeing, a lot of you Aquarians are seeing yet again the importance of mental health. People are trying to argue with an individual all of these ists and isms and all this other type of crap for what? When you saying that this is what you want, but you're not actually taking, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying those people are saying what it is that they want, but they're not actually taking any kind of steps to actually resolve the problems directly of what it is that they're talking about. Just as I said before, it's like the NBA. If you want more money, practice basketball and learn to get on the mic and know how to electrify the crowd. But instead of you doing that, practicing basketball, right, taking that same, what it is that you've learned and how better you've gotten onto the court and electrifying people with the game that you played, right, the amazing feats that you accomplished, and how you get on the mic and make people excited to see your next game, and that's how you'll draw people in, you're going to blame other people for that. That doesn't even make any sense, and you're not going to get better, and your pay grade is still going to be low. So how does that solve the problem? But this is how people think. Their egos is injected. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.